What do we usually do? Cameras on, cameras off, either way?
Up to you, man.
Up
We
to...
usually do cameras on. Helen likes cameras on.
All
I
right.
do.
So Daniel and Jackson. Okay, yeah, there we go. Daniel, are we going camera on, or I think it should be all or nothing, right? Either we all go cameras on or all go cameras off.
No, I'll try, but my internet is, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's all right. That's right. I was going to say also your other excuse is if you've got to have clothes on to get on video. So that's the other thing.
I'm always in my PJs now because I'm at home.
Yeah,
So I wear my pajama pants all the time.
That's classy, man. I barely even wear pants these days. I'm just top up. So, all right, cool. So can everyone see the chat box? Just type something in the chat box, just so I'm all good. Just say hello or something in the chat box. Because I think depending on how many people come, it may be easier to talk in the chat. Yeah, all right, cool. So what I figure we do is we'll do a mute all, and because I've just written down a heap of notes down here, but we'll do a mute all, and then if you've got any questions, type them in the chat box, and then we can unmute that person, and we can go from there. Sound good?
Awesome. I'll put everyone on mute, bud. Except for you. Give me 1 second.
Tidy room? Is that what you say?
I'll put everyone on mute. I'm actually just searching for a background like you. Oh, yeah. That's what I was doing.
So does everyone know this is a fake background that I've got here? It's fake. You know, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. If I took this off, you'd see my messy bed. You'd see pajamas on the floor. You'd see a pizza box everywhere. But this virtual background, I actually look like I'm somewhat successful, right? This apartment here. We good to get it going, Jimmy?
We're good to go, man.
Awesome. All right, cool. So off the bat, people, if anyone's interacted with me on social media, you know that I love interaction. So I get bored just talking, right? I don't want it just to be a talk. So is everyone cool? If I ask a question, there's always, you can answer it in the chat box and give me your opinion or ask questions as we go. Is everyone cool with that? If so, just type yes down in the chat box, so I know that everyone is with me. Awesome. Cool. All right. So we're talking Facebook groups. Now, this is a topic that I could talk all day on, right? Facebook groups. I could talk all weekend on it. I could write a course on it. Actually, I do have a course on it. Facebook group essentials for personal trainers. And I'm happy to give it away to everyone of Jimmy on this call from Jimmy for free. One condition though, all you got to do is I'll hit that down there. Just follow me or follow Fitness Education Online on Instagram. I've got the link down in the chat box there. Just take some photo throughout this presentation, post it on your story and tag Fitness Education Online, and I'll give you a free copy of the mini course, Facebook group for personal trainers. Is everyone cool with that? Just type yes in the box if you're cool with that. Just so I know we're all on the same page. Yes. Awesome. All right, cool. So few goals I've got from this talk here. We've only got half an hour, right? And there's only so much time I could cover. So what I want to focus on is mainly the philosophy behind Facebook groups and why they work. So that way you can, and I'll give you some little tips and tricks as well. But as long as you've got the philosophy, you can then put your own spin on it and do whatever you want with your Facebook groups. Does that sound cool? Just type yes in the box if you're with me. And the other thing I'm going to do, I'm a huge reader. So I read a book every single week, and I've collected the best books that are also going to work for your Facebook groups. I'll drip them as we go, but this one is your Bible. Let me turn off my virtual background for now so you can get a copy of this. So this book here is your Bible. If everyone wants to take a photo of that, can everyone see it from there? Or even if you want, Jimmy, just type it in the chat box. It's called The Membership Economy. Okay. Now this is all about memberships or community. So this will teach you every single trick in the book. So if you take nothing else out of this talk here, just read this back to front. And this isn't even necessarily just Facebook groups, any sort of membership. It'll help your gym membership, your boot camp membership, your online membership, whatever it may be, anything you've got, that book will help. So make sure to read that. Now, a little bit of background on Facebook groups, why I like them so much, where they've worked for me. So in the fitness industry, I started off as a boot camp guy, right? I ran a boot camp. And cut a long story short, I used to suck at running that boot camp. I was at a franchise and there were 75 different boot camp locations at that franchise. And you were ranked 1 to 75 based on your attention, essentially. The better your attention was, you were ranked number 1. The worse you were ranked 75. Now, comment in the box. Let me know what you think I was ranked. 1 being the best, 75 being the worst. Comment below and let me know. When I started, I should pre-phrase that. Let's get some comments down here. So type in the box, 69, I wish. 68, I wish. 60, I wish. I was ranked dead last, 75.
No way.
75, right? Dead last. And I had to have a meeting with the franchise owner and covered many things in that meeting. But one of them was a Facebook group, because one of the requirements of running this boot camp is you also had to have a Facebook group attached to it as well, right? It was a VIP one, and I'll talk about a bit of the difference a bit later. But for now, let's just talk general Facebook groups. And one thing that the franchise owner said is he was like, Jono, your Facebook group is dead. And I was like, what the hell has that got to do with my boot camp? What the hell has my Facebook group got to do with my retention for boot camp? They're not even related. And the franchise owner was like, well, I sort of think they are. And I'm like, well, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I sort of think they're not. And the franchise owner was like, well, Jono, there's 75 boot camps. You're coming 75th. I own 75. Maybe I know something you don't. And I'm not a smart guy, but that sort of made sense. I was like, you know what? Maybe he's right. You know, maybe I should focus on Facebook groups. So went all in on Facebook groups. And what I noticed was the more interactive my Facebook group was, the better my retention got. It was like a pyramid. And there's actually science behind this. Well, I can send you over studies where they've done different studies that show that if you've got a Facebook group attached with your membership, your retention will improve. It obviously happened to me firsthand, but I've since read up on official studies with that. And cut a long story short, I went all in on those Facebook groups. Within a year, I went back to this same meeting with the franchise owner. Now take a guess what I was ranked on retention. 1 being the best, 75 being the worst. Comment in the box and let me know. What are the thoughts there? Luke says number 1. Anyone else? What are your thoughts there? 10? 1? Yeah, number 1. Okay. So, and a big part of that was the Facebook group. And then once I had that skill, I kept going. Within a year, I then opened up a second location. So I had 100 participants in my main location, had 50 in the second location. From there, started a course, how to run a successful boot camp. And, you know, that became quite popular. From there, started up a Facebook group for fitness professionals. A lot of you, I think, are in that group now. It's actually the biggest group in Australia and New Zealand for fitness professionals and the second biggest in the world. And actually last week, I was just awarded Fitness Australia Educator of the Year. And a big part of that is because of my Facebook group. I think the only reason I won that award is because I have that Facebook group. And that's simply because I can sell so many courses, because I can reach so many people, because I have that Facebook group. So I really think whatever it is you want to do, the bigger your Facebook group, the more impact you're going to make on life. Does that make sense? Comment below and let me know if you're, yeah, awesome. All right, cool. That's a bit of background there. Now let's get more into the philosophy side of things and how to get a Facebook group that works. I'll start general and then we'll get more specific. So the biggest mistake I see most people make in their Facebook group is they make it about them. Okay, it's, hey, I've got this Facebook group and, you know, I go on there and I give a tip every day and I go live every day and I do this and I answer your comments and yada, yada, yada. And that's okay, but that's not really valuable. I shouldn't say it's not valuable. It's not as valuable as it could be. It's not a community. Our whole goal from a Facebook group is to make a community, right? So what we want there, what makes a Facebook group valuable is not, let's say I own a Facebook group, it's not me going on there and posting and that sort of thing. It's other people doing it, right? What makes a Facebook group valuable is that it's a community of people where people go on there and they post something, right? Or that's half of it. We need other people going on there and posting something. But what's more important than that is we need more people replying to the comments in there. That's what makes a group valuable. So say, for example, the Fitness Education Online Facebook group, people post questions on that. I'm like, why didn't you just Google that question? And they're like, well, I'd get a better response from your Facebook group, because if I posted it on your Facebook group, there's a whole heap of people that are going to comment their opinion down there. And that's what makes it valuable. Does that make sense? Comment in the box and let me know. It's not about the content that you put out there. Yeah, that's maybe an element of it. But let's be honest, we give most of that content out everywhere anyway. YouTube, your Facebook page, your Facebook profile, you'll talk about it, whatever, right? So what brings value to that group is that community there. And that's point number 1. Okay, so that if you take nothing away from this talk here, it's that whole goal of the Facebook group is to get other people posting and then other people commenting on that down there. I'll give you a few strategies on how to do that in a second. But even if we go deeper into this here, your goal on your Facebook group is to make it so valuable that people would pay for it. Whether they are or they're not is a different story, but it's going to be so valuable that they would. So if we go back to my bootcamp days, there were two specific things I remember. There was one client, she couldn't make bootcamp for a month, but she was like, hey, Jono, are you cool if I'll keep paying you, but just keep me in that Facebook group because I just love the challenges you're doing there. I love the community. Is that all right? I can't come to training, but can I keep paying you if I stay in the Facebook group? 100%. And then I had another client who moved out of the area. She's like, hey, Jono, look, I've moved out of the area. I can't make training anymore, but I love your community. I love your Facebook group. Is it cool if I just keep paying you to stay in that Facebook group? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. That's when I realized I was onto something. So that's another point. Write that down somewhere. You need your Facebook group so valuable that people would be willing to pay for it. And then I've got a few resources I'd like to share there. 2 books as well. Take a photo of this. And if you want to comment it in the box, if you want, Jimmy, it's called Raving Fans.
It's a great book.
Yeah,
great book.
Yeah. This is one of the best books I've ever read. It's a short book as well, and it's told in like a story format as well. So it's not like here are your facts and your dot points. It's like a story, so it's really cool. And then another one. So this book is sort of anything, whether it's social media or not social media. But this book here is specific to social media. Superfans by Pat Flynn. Okay, and if you can read the tagline there, it's not about followers, it's not about subscribers, it's not about customers, it's about super fans. Okay, so if you read those 2 books there, you'll also get a whole heap of different ideas from the Facebook group there. Okay, and let's go deeper into that first point. So the first thing you need to do in your Facebook group is make sure that your members understand what it's about and that value. Because it's all well and good that we know that we need to get people posting and commenting and that sort of thing, but we need to get our members to know that. We need to understand that it's also better for them. So and there's many different ways you can do it, whether you do this in a video, whether you do it in a DM, whether it's an email, whatever it may be, but the message you want to get across to your clients is, hey, this Facebook group is valuable, but it's only valuable if we participate. And there's a few ways you can explain it. You can if you've got a question, post it on that Facebook group for many different reasons. Firstly, you'll get people's responses, so it will answer your question. But secondly, you're not only doing a good thing for yourself, you're doing a good thing for everyone else. Because imagine how many other people are in that Facebook group and are thinking that exact same question that you're thinking, but they're too scared to ask it. The fact that you've asked it has helped not only you, but it's also helping the other people in the group as well. So if you pitch it like that, that would get to someone like me, where I'm like, I previously might have felt selfish, posting questions in the Facebook group. But if you pitched it to me like that and said, hey, Jono, by you asking a question, you're actually going to help the other people in the group here as well, then that would get me. Does that make sense? Cool. The other important thing is to make sure that your members know that they should comment and like other people's photos. Because there's nothing worse than you make a post in a Facebook group and no one likes or comments or on it. You're never posting in that group again. All right. So we need to make sure that we've got people doing that. The way you can encourage people to do that is you say something like, hey, you explain like that, where it's like, hey, if someone posts and no one comments, then they're probably not going to post again. And then that loses the value of this group. So if someone posts, make sure you leave a comment there or like it. And also on the flip side, you've got to give to get. If you want a whole heap of people to answer your post when you post, well, hey, it's only fair if you answer theirs. And also you'll get a bit of a name. If you make a post, someone might be like, oh, this person, oh, Jimmy, he replied to my, anytime I post a thing there, he always replies, I'm going to make sure I like and reply to that. Does that make sense? Comment below and let me know if everyone's with me. Just type yes in the box from there. Awesome. Cool. So that's the overview there. Now, the next easiest way to get participation in your group is any questions that you get, you want to funnel them into your Facebook group. So anytime, and this is where the Now Fitness Education Online, whether I'm back at boot camp, whatever, either way, it's the same system where let's say someone asks me any question, they text it to me, they DM it to me, they email it to me. My response is always, oh, Jimmy, that was an awesome question. Hey, can you do me a favor? Do you mind posting that in the Facebook group? Because I've got like a really, really cool answer and I want to give you that answer, but I want everyone else to see the answer as well. So is it cool if you post in that Facebook group there so I can give everyone else the answer as well? So what I'm doing is a few little things there. Firstly, sneakily, what I'm doing is getting people to post in my Facebook group, right? Which is essentially what I want. It's also less work for me as well now, because instead of having to worry about my DMs and my emails or whatever, everything's in the Facebook group there. And also, once again, I'm giving that person a couple different incentives to post in the Facebook group. Firstly, I'm saying, hey, I've got a sick answer for that. You know, post in the Facebook group and you'll get that awesome answer I've got. I'm sort of teasing him a bit where they're like, oh shit, this guy does have the perfect answer. Man, I better post in the Facebook group so I get the perfect answer. But also, if there's someone that's like me and likes, you know, community and that sort of thing, they're going to be like, yeah, cool, I'm doing a good thing for this community because by me posting this, other people are going to see the answer that Jono's giving, which is going to help everyone else in the group. Does that make sense? That strategy down there? Yep. Awesome. Cool. Now, yeah, should we go more engagement here? Yeah, okay, let's continue on engagement in here and this will flow on. So other good ways to get engagement in the Facebook group. Facebook Lives are good if you're going live yourself. What I like better is the challenges. So challenges are the best way to get interaction in your Facebook group. And there's a few things going on here. Firstly, the challenge needs to be good. That's the biggest, I think, mistake a lot of trainers make, a lot of people make, is they'll put together a challenge, but the challenge is super boring. No one wants to do a boring challenge. It's got to be a challenge that's fun and interesting. And also as little commitment as depends on the group, but starting off as little commitment as possible, all right? Because if someone's new to the group and you've got to get them to do a whole heap of complicated stuff, they're not going to do it. But if you can do some sort of challenge that is like a minimum commitment with a maximum amount of value, then it's like a win for you, right? Or a win-win all around. And even if we go deeper on that, the reason why challenges work so good for and we'll go deeper a few different ways. There's two different ways that you can do challenges. One challenge is where it's like a post each time. So this might be something like a get to know you challenge or a recipe sharing challenge. And let's run with the get to know you challenge because that's probably my favorite one. Essentially what the get to know you challenge is you'd say to everyone, hey, let's get to know everyone in this group. What I want you to do is post a photo of yourself, post a selfie of yourself, and and post three facts about yourself, and one of them is wrong, and everyone else has to guess which one is wrong, right? So by doing that that's pretty fun, you know. You can take a photo and post it on there, and you know, you try and make it tricky for everyone. So firstly, it's a bit of fun. And also when you do that challenge, you say to everyone, hey, make sure you have a guess on everyone else's because we don't want them to feel bad and get depression, yada, 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 right? So by doing that you're getting people to post in your group, which is good, which is what you want, but also you're getting interaction because everyone's going to have an answer for that. Let's say I did that let's say if we could do that all right now, even though I barely know most of you in here, I could just have a guess and a bit of fun and say, yeah, number 1 is wrong for you, Jimmy. Number 3 is wrong for you, Luke. Like anyone can have a crack at that and they're encouraged to. So can you see how that makes engagement down there? Comment yes in the box. I don't know if that makes sense. And another variation of that is it could be something like the smoothie sharing challenge or the recipe sharing challenge where everyone would share share one of their favorite healthy recipes or their favorite smoothies, and they would post it on there. Okay. Now, the thing with challenges as well, I'll go on this one here. The thing with challenges as well is what helps is if you have an ethical bribe. Okay. So the first time I did that recipe sharing challenge, nobody did it. Well, like 1 or 2 people participated. And I was like, man, what can I do to, get more people to participate? And then I was like, all right, what do most people like? Free stuff. Right? That's one common theme throughout the world, like my grandparents come from Greece, right? So they don't speak English. My grandmother doesn't speak English, but even she knows the word free. you know? So that's how powerful it is. I'll tell you a funny story on that, actually. I was with her the other day, and she's super tight, my grandmother. Any free thing, you know, discount thing, she'll try and get it. So I taught her a lesson the other day. We were just, a couple months ago, we were driving just down. I had to do some shopping for her. We were driving down, and she saw this sign, which was free HIV test. She's like, "Oh, free. Can I go and get that for free?" And I was like, "Yeah, here's my chance." So I set her up for that, which was a bit of fun. But anyways, back on the topic. Yes, I was like, all right, what can I give away for free? And I've done this a few different ways, but let's just run with that recipe sharing comp as an example. I had a connection who was a dietitian, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to give away like one free dietitian session to one of my people? I'll give you a whole heap of leads and everyone that participates or whatever, and I'll refer them all to you. But you need to give one person a free dietitian session." As soon as I did that, I was like, "Hey, here's the recipe sharing comp. Post one recipe. Oh, also at random, I'm going to pick. I think it's 3 actually. I'm going to pick 3 people that get a free one-on-one consultation with a dietitian." As soon as I did that, it went through the roof. Right? I did it another time where I was like, "Hey, I'm going to put together a clean eating recipe ebook. What we're all going to do, we're all going to put our favorite recipe, and I'm going to collate it together as a recipe ebook. To get that recipe ebook, you just need to share a recipe. If you don't share a recipe, you don't get a copy of the book." It's fair, right? You got to give to give. So yeah, both of those things there gave people a reason to actually participate in the challenge. And even if we go deeper still, it wasn't just a matter of me posting it once and seeing who did it. I was sending texts, I was sending emails, I was sending DMs. You're basically trying to sell something, right? To get people engaged in these challenges, these competitions, it's no different to selling something, right? The advantage to this is it's a lot of hard work at the start, but once you get that ball rolling, then it's a lot easier. Now, the other sort of challenges you can do are things like, the no sugar challenge or the hydration challenge or the walking challenge. That's where you'd have one thread. Let's use the no sugar challenge as an example. That's where you'd have like one thread, and it would be like, "Hey, if you're interested, comment your name down below, and then each day reply to your own comment and let us know how much grams of sugar you had." Or if it's the walking one, let us know how much kilometers you walked each day. Now, the advantage of that is your post just goes through the roof in terms of engagement. Because let's say you've got a group and let's just say you've got 100 people in that group and only 10 of you are doing that no sugar challenge. That post is just getting bumped to the top each time because every day Jimmy's writing Monday 19 grams, Tuesday 20 grams, Wednesday 30 grams. Jackson's doing the same, Luke's doing the same. So there's just so endless comments on replies on that post there, which is good for engagement, good for your group as well, because it shows Facebook that it's an interactive group. Does that make sense? Comment below and let me know. And same principles apply here, right? Give people a reason to do it, yada, yada, yada. And I was going to go further with that as well. And that's a good challenge if you want to transition people from a free group into a paid group or to a client, because it's very easy to run a no sugar challenge in a free group. It's a very popular one as well because it's sexy, 7-day no sugar challenge, 14-day no sugar challenge, something sexy like that. People want to participate in it. Whether they complete it or not is a different story, but at least at the start, they want to participate in it, right? So that'll get a whole heap of leads and people participating in it. And then it's a very easy close from there, because anyone that finishes a 14-day no sugar challenge has lost weight. There's no 2 bucks. I haven't met not one person who's given up sugar for 2 weeks and not lost weight. So it's very easy then to say, "Hey, how'd you like the group? How'd you like the challenge? Awesome, cool. Hey, we've actually got a paid thing as well. Not only do you get this online stuff or get this nutrition stuff, you also get the workouts as well. Is that something you'd be interested in?" So it's a very congruent close or sale from the free to the paid. Does that make sense? Comment in the box and let me know. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, I think that's mainly what I want to cover interactive wise. We'll talk a few strategies about how to get people in here, and then we'll talk a few strategies about how to sell from it as well. I know we're a bit sensitive on time, so I'll just race through these, but just do that Instagram challenge and you get my mini course anyway. So I'll cover more what's in there in that. In terms of how to get people into the community group. Now, I'll talk about this from 2 different angles. Number one, it's basically your downsell. Okay. So I've always run paid Facebook ads. And I know Jimmy's a huge fan of that as well. I'll always run paid Facebook ads, not to my group. I'll never run a Facebook ad to get people into my group. I'll run a Facebook ad to get people into my program. Whether it was when I was running boot camp, whether it's now with Fitness Education Online selling courses, I'll run ads selling people into my program. Now, the funnel I use essentially looks like this. To get more, here's my program, enter your details to get more info. The individual will, or the prospect will enter their details to get more info. I'll get the phone number in the email. I'll give them a call, have a sales call. They'll get an automated email. They'll be added to my email list, yada, yada, yada. But after they've entered my details, they will go straight to my Facebook group. Okay, it's, hey, thanks for inquiring. We'll be in check your email, and I'll also be in contact with you within 24 hours. But in the meantime, feel free to join this Facebook group. It's got this, yada, 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 right? So every ad I run out, it's now getting people into my Facebook group, right? Now, it's an important distinction where I'll never run the ad just for the Facebook group, because I want to make money off my ads. Worst case scenario, break even, right? So I'll run that ad. Ideally, I'll make money from it. I'm getting leads. I'm building my Facebook group as well. And obviously not everyone's going to join off that ad, but even if I jump on a sales consult and the individual doesn't sign up, hey, no dramas. Hey, look, I've got this Facebook group. It's, we've got all these trainers in there. We share tips and ideas. Hey, I've got this Facebook group. It's just, locals in the area that are all local women in the area that are looking to get in shape. Feel free to join. You've got any questions, ask it in there. So my funnel leads people into that Facebook group as well. And that'll bring me on to another book I'm going to recommend, which is The Compound Effect by Darren Hart. Have you read that? Have you, Jackson? I can see you nodding your head. Yeah. What do you think? Good book?
Yeah, excellent book. Really good book.
Yep. So take a photo of this, read this. And to cut a long story short, he just talks about doing the little things over and over again. Now, let's use that Fitness Education Online Facebook group. I think I've been running ads for it since 2014 or 2015 or something, right? So it's just like, you're not going to start running Facebook ads, have a huge group tomorrow, but just that cumulative effect where I've just had that ads running and running and running and running, and just every day I've got more people going in there. And the way it works, the more people you have going in there, it's, what's the word? It's compounding, because the more people I've got going in there, let's say Jimmy joins my group, and then Helen sees on her Facebook, Jimmy has joined this group. And then Luke sees on his Facebook, 5 of your friends are in this group here. And then Jackson loves the Facebook group, so he invites a few of his friends in there. So the more people you have, the easier it is to grow. The bigger your Facebook group is, the easier it is to grow from that. And then just the algorithm side of things. If Facebook's like, shit, 10 people are joining this every single day, this must be a good group. Let's show it to a whole heap of other people there. Okay. So that's the easiest way to get people in your Facebook group. And also, just like any marketing I do, funnels people into my Facebook group. So let's say Instagram, right? If any of you just followed me on the first time for Instagram there, you're going to get a DM from my VA who's going to be like, hey, thanks for the follow. We appreciate the support. Hey, by the way, are you in our Facebook group? And if you say no, oh, we've got this Facebook group. It's got 10,000 trainers. Everyone's super supportive. We all share tips and ideas. We'd love to have you in there. Would you like to join? And then you're in the Facebook group. And then my Facebook group is like the start of my funnel. Once you're in my Facebook group, it's over. You're getting sold to every day, right? Not really. I'll explain on that a little bit. But, you're in the web there. Same on LinkedIn. Someone connects with me on LinkedIn. Hey, thanks for the connect. What do you do? Oh, you're a trainer. Oh, you've been in the industry 10 years. Awesome. Hey, are you in my Facebook group? I've got this Facebook group, yada, 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 right? And obviously I've got different scripts and spiels and way I make it sound valuable. It's not just a Facebook group. No one wants to join a Facebook group. You need to make it sound valuable for that person there, all right? So, whatever. I go and I meet someone on the street, right? I add them to my Facebook group if they're a prospect, It's almost like a business card these days. I don't know about anyone else here, but I hate business cards. What's everyone's thought? Who has a business card? Comment yes or no down below. No right or wrong. I've just got a bit of a take on this. Let me know if you've got a business card. So Jimmy, yeah, me either. Okay, Helen does, yeah. So the reason I got a bad experience is, I think when I first started in the industry, I bought like 1,000 business cards or something, like 15 years ago. I've still got half of them. That was like the worst mistake I ever made. And even now, like if I meet someone and they give me a business card, it's like a burden. I can't wait to throw it out, but I can't even throw it out straight away, because what if they see me throw it out and it's in the bin? They'll feel bad. So I got to keep it in my pocket till I cross council lines, and then I can throw it out down there. So not only do I not like it, it's almost like a bit of a burden for me. And I just think there's better ways. I think business cards were good before the mobile phone was invented, or before social media was invented, right? That's when it was good. But these days here, like, I'm going to lose Jimmy's card anyway. Why don't I just add him as a friend on Facebook and then add him to my Facebook group there, right? So that's, I guess, another thing. There's no real, sorry, Helen, it's, no, it's just, but look, it was a better strategy a few years ago, right? Now that more people, and also like, a few years ago, you wouldn't add people to social media. It was just for your friends and your close people, But now people are a lot more open to, joining a Facebook group or following on Instagram. So, and I think it will get more that way as well. So I still think there's ways business cards can work at the moment, but I think moving forward, social media will be better. So where was I going with this? Yeah, cool. So there's no real secret sauce in terms of actually growing that Facebook group. It's just, they're the two main systems I use. Number one is Facebook ads to grow it. Number two is then just every other freaking marketing strategy in the world, right? It's not like there's one strategy to grow your Facebook group. It's like, all right, what are all these different, and we can do it on anything. I just use LinkedIn and Instagram, but maybe you're a YouTuber. Maybe you put a YouTube video out there and your call to action at the end of YouTube video is join my Facebook group, right? Maybe you're a TikToker, right? Maybe your call to action on your TikTok profile is, join my Facebook group. What's another marketing? You go out and you do a speech, whether it's, you're giving a talk on fitness or whatever it may be, your call to action, maybe join my Facebook group, right? Whatever marketing, comment below. Does anyone use any other marketing strategies besides Facebook ads, Instagram, LinkedIn? Comment below and let me know. And we'll see if we can use that as a way to funnel into the Facebook group. So super signature on, I saw you post that, Jimmy, but I don't know what it is actually. So imaging, feature profile.
It's just like 3 or 4 links you add to the bottom of all your posts.
Oh, sick. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Imaging, feature profile. Yeah, exactly. That's a good example there. So on your personal Facebook profile, you've got all these options, your cover photo, your personal photo, links to go there. You can have a featured photo. There's so many different options, right? You can have all them going to your Facebook group. And the reason why Facebook group is quite powerful here as well is there's no opt-in required. Once you're in my Facebook group, then I'm going to get you to opt in. But to start with, sometimes if you just meet someone and they ask for your name and your email straight away, or your email and your phone number straight away, like, do I want to give this person my email? I usually give them, I've got like a spam email, and I'll give them my Yahoo email. I'll give any idiot my Yahoo email, but I'll never give them my real one, So, but a Facebook group, it's a lot friendlier, okay? Now, I think I'm over time already. So Amy says, what are the best ways to get people to opt in? Oh, I've got every trick in the book here, Amy. And that's what we'll talk about now. So I think we're a little bit over time, but if you guys are cool to stay, we'll stay till about 1:40. Is everyone cool with that? We'll talk about how to sell, man.
Let's do it. This is the best thing ever.
Yes. Oh, cool. So let's talk about how to sell, because it's all well and good to have a Facebook group, but if you're not making money, it's a big waste of time, in my opinion anyway. I mean, different story if you've got, other ways of making money, this is a bit of fun, that's fine. But if you're using it as a revenue stream, you're going to make money from it, all right? Now, the easiest way to get people to opt in from the start is questions. When someone joins your Facebook group, you can ask them 2 or 3 different questions. Does everyone know that? One of the questions, make it a free giveaway. Enter your details below for a free copy of my yada, 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 all right? Now, we could go all day on that as well, but to simplify, newsletters suck. Nobody wants your newsletter, okay? I don't know if anyone's still doing that. It's down there with the business card. Are you doing the newsletter, Helen? Okay, cool, awesome, cool. So, yeah, the newsletter sucks, right? But once again, we all like freebies, right? So give away something for free, but something someone actually wants. I see some of the freebies, I'm like, man, I don't want that. I'm not giving you my email for that. So it's essentially the biggest problem your target market has. And let's just get a few going down there at the moment. Comment below and let me know what's the biggest problem your target market has right now. Comment below and let me know. Or we might not get it straight away. So Jimmy says losing. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go a bit more specific though. So let's use any of these. Okay, let's go with yours, Jackson. So nutrition. What do you mean nutrition? What's their biggest struggle? Like, let's say, actually, let's go the other way. What's their goal? What do they want, Jackson? Actually, do you want to unmute yourself, Jackson? And we'll
first say specifically name what to eat, when to eat.
Let's go back a step. What's their goal?
Oh, weight loss.
Weight loss.
Mostly weight loss. Yep.
Okay, cool. And why haven't, just pretend we're talking one client, your average sort of client, why haven't they lost weight?
Most of them don't eat properly.
Okay. Why don't they eat properly?
Don't know how. Undisciplined.
There's two different ones there. Which one? Don't know how or undisciplined?
Don't know how. Don't know how.
Don't know how. Okay, cool. So they don't know what's healthy and what's not healthy. Awesome,
Yep.
cool. So that would be the lead magnet then there, you know. Hey, by the way, I've got a copy of the, the 10 things that you think are healthy but are not, right? Or here's my 10 steps on how to know exactly if what you're eating is healthy or not. Let's go, okay, let's go yours, Luke. Do you want to unmute yourself? Okay, so what's your client's biggest goal, Luke?
I'll make most of my clients are sort of in their 40s plus.
Yep.
So a lot of them are desk jockeys. A lot of their do a lot of office work.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are stiff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do like mobility at the start of every single boot camp session that we run.
Yep.
And to be honest, none of them are improving.
Yeah.
So, and I just sort of think that if we could give them like a mobility move for every single day,
Yep.
like just sort of one a day. So
Okay.
mobility move for your shoulders, this, mobility move for your hips, that. Yeah, that's
Let me just jump in for a sec, just because we're short on time. So what's their biggest goal, Luke?
just to be able to move without pain, to be honest.
Okay, that's their goal?
Yeah,
Awesome. Okay, cool. And why aren't they moving without pain at the moment?
because it's all too hard for them. Because they don't know how to do it, or they're not prompted to do it, unless they're doing it in the session.
To do what, sorry?
Unless they're prompted to do it in the session.
Yeah.
Unless I'm instructing them to do it,
okay,
they won't do it on their own.
so let's go back to here though. So their goal is to move without pain.
That's my goal for them.
Okay, so here's where it gets tricky though.
Yeah.
So with the opt-in, and this is the mistake, not mistake, this is the thing a lot of people and trainers do in general.
Yeah, man.
Give them what they need,
Yeah.
not what they want,
Yeah.
right? For an
You need
opt-in,
mobility.
yeah, spot on. They need mobility.
Yeah.
But is it what they want? Maybe it is, maybe it's not, right?
It is what they want. They
Okay.
do want it because they
Yeah.
all groan and complain about how stiff and sore that they are.
Okay.
And then when they do it, because when I'm now back outside, but before I was doing Zoom, so I had to sort of improvise with a few little warm-up moves. And one of the things that I was doing was like just grabbing a towel and doing some overhead works, the shoulder dislocations, basically. And
Yeah.
one of the girls' comments was, "Oh, can we just keep that in as part of the session going forward?"
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Cool. Let's,
do
hey,
that
we'll
now.
mute you that just because we need to move forward on here.
Yeah.
But I just, the point I was going to make, and it might not be the point for you, but just the point in general,
Yeah.
with the lead magnet, it's got to be what the client wants, not
Yeah.
necessarily what they need. And that may be the same for your situation. They're not saying it's not,
Yeah.
but just for everyone else as well, just
Yeah.
make sure that lead magnet has
Yeah.
got to be great. What's the number one thing they want
Yeah.
and that they're not doing? That's
Yeah.
what our lead magnet is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the point there. Did you want to mute yourself from there, Luke? And then we'll keep going.
Yeah.
From there.
Done.
So that's the easiest way there is that first question from in there. But we don't stop there because a lot of the time people won't give you your email for that. I never give my email and those free things there. I get enough emails as it is, right? So when someone joins the Facebook group, I've then got another free giveaway, right? And I'll post that every week, and then every new member gets tagged in that there, okay? Because maybe you don't want my free thing straight away, right? But you might want the different free thing that's in the Facebook group once I've posted there. Does that make sense? Comment below and let me know if everyone's with me there. So there's the one in the comments. Yep, cool. And then there's also the first post straight away. Awesome. And I don't stop there. Every single week I'm doing some sort of, not every week, I guess it depends, but just don't even stop there. Don't even think, okay, great. It's just, I've done that first question and then I've done that first post. So there we go, I'm done. I'm consistently posting in there and building my list and getting leads. That's my whole goal of marketing, is getting leads. So anything that I do, I'm getting leads for it. It's just, okay, email, building my list that way there. Does that make sense, Amy? Those three strategies there? Comment below and let me know. I used to use a lot of Facebook bots, but that's getting a little bit trickier now. So Helen says, how much time do you personally dedicate to VA? So, and that's going to depend the situation that you're in. But now when Jimmy saw this video I did the other day, where one thing I've just been mastering the last couple of months is just time leverage, where if there's a task that, so what I do essentially, and this is getting a bit off topic, but I'll just simplify it. So I look at my to-do list every single day, right? And then the first thing I do is rank them in terms of importance, the most important up the top, down to the bottom. And then what most people do from there is attack it. Great, I'll do the most important thing first, and the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. What I learned from Tony Robbins, what he does is instead of attacking it from the start, is he outsources it to someone else to do, right? So when he gets, because that guy runs like 10 different businesses, each of them make millions of dollars a year. I'm like, I'm struggling to run one. How the hell does this guy run 10 making that amount, And then I realized, here's an idiot like me trying to do my own to-do list. This guy is up to number 11 and he hasn't even started his day yet. So yeah, 100% do a VA, and that's the best investment you can make, $5-10 max per hour, for that. So I wanted to delve a bit deeper into some of the selling strategies as well. So that's how you build your list through your Facebook group. You can also sell directly through the Facebook group as well, the community one. In my experience, it's harder to sell more expensive stuff, right? I can sell a heap of cheap stuff in my Facebook group, but more expensive stuff, it's either via an email or a phone call, okay? So, and here's another point as well, so my email list in my Facebook group is essentially the same. It's basically the same people on there, right? And I basically post similar sort of stuff, but I'll make way more sales off email. Even though same people, same stuff, way more sales off email, okay? So just note that as well, but they work in tandem, because it's like if someone's in my Facebook, because Facebook group, I use more for video content. So video content in a Facebook group, and then the email is written content. What I find is if you have video content, people relate with you more, right? So let's just say, for example, let's say Jackson's on my email list and he's also in my Facebook group as well. If he just got my emails, he might unsubscribe. Oh, who the hell is this guy? Sounds like a loser. Emails me too much, yada, yada, yada. But if he's also in the Facebook group, if he's in the Facebook group too, he might be like, you know what? I like this guy. He's pretty cool. He's funny. You know what? I'm going to stay on his email list and see the next sale he comes up there as well. So they work in tandem like that as well, the email list with the Facebook group, okay? Does that make sense? So the better and more interactive and better video content your Facebook group has, the more money you're going to make off your email list. To cut a long story short. Can sell heaps of cheap stuff on the Facebook group. Best way to sell sort of, $10-20 sort of stuff. And the other good thing about the Facebook group is collaborations. So, and this opens up a whole nother kettle of fish, and also it goes back to the outsourcing as well. It doesn't just have to be you selling your stuff on there as well, right? If you've got related people on there, they can sell their products on there and you take a cut. I usually work about a 50% ratio. So if anyone says, hey, John, I want to, do a webinar on your Facebook group and do a sale at the end of it, or, I want to make a post on your Facebook group selling my thing, that's sweet, but I'll take 50% of that. All right. So and that's got to be win-win-win. So it's got to be win for me, where it's like, great, if you're going to sell to my community, better be a good freaking program, because otherwise I'll lose my reputation. So that way it's a win for my community because they're getting good programs at a discounted rate. It's a win for me because I'm getting money without doing anything. And it's a win for that person as well because I'm giving them basically a free marketing source. Does that make sense? So that's the other way to look at a Facebook group, where it's like, because you can only sell the same thing so many times, right? Let's say you're running a boot camp. There's only so many times you can, go in there and say, hey, start my boot camp next week or whatever. But let's say you do that every month or every 12 weeks or whatever it may be. You may have little other offers you've got in there as well. A nutritionist is selling this, a physiotherapist is selling this, there's an online program selling this, yada, yada, yada. Does that make sense? Awesome. Cool. I think I've gone way over time, but if you've got any quick questions, comment them down below in the box and I'll do a few quick Q&As. Comment them down in the box. So I do have the free mini course, Facebook groups. If you want a copy of that, just take a photo now. Wait, let me put my virtual background up so it looks a bit better. It's not bad. No, we'll use that. So any questions, comment them below. If anyone wants the free copy of the Facebook group, just take a photo now of this here, post it on your Instagram, tag Fitness Education Online. That's the thing there. If you're not in the Fitness Education Online Facebook group, feel free to join that there. And also feel free to follow me on my personal Instagram. I'll throw that down there. Awesome. All right, cool. If there's no more questions, we might leave it at